feminine voice, I heard, "My name's not Roger, I'm Tracy." Needless to say, here we go. Sorry. Needless to say, we then hopped out of the exhibit, tails between our legs, ready for a busy day. This was just one of many sensational experiences we had with our Canadian and American friends. Prior to them coming, I thought, what on earth are we going to do with these people? We even contemplated going to Sydney to actually see the sights. What are we going to do here in Victoria? Surely they'd want to see the Sydney Opera House and the Sydney Harbour Bridge instead. But I assure each and every one of you here that we live in Victoria and Melbourne, and we have amongst us some of the world's best sights. We did everything you could with these children over this 2-week period. Let me take you down to Phillip Island, as this boy from Canada, who would be shoveling snow this deep at this time of year, spent his time learning to surf. The girl from Kansas, had never seen water, I don't think, was surfing there on Smith's Beach. We went to the cricket. I took the boy to the Boxing Day cricket test match, and we had a wonderful time. I said, "You're going to go in for a very uniquely Australian experience." He clapped for the fours, he clapped for the wickets, he seemed to quite enjoy it. But I think his highlight of the day, the thing that he will remember when he goes home, was the crowd in Bay 13. They were throwing up the balloons and the beach balls and tossing them around. But the highlight, I think, as I said to you, was when this big phallic balloon, at least 6 foot long, was then tossed amongst Bay 13. And to see the police scampering after it to try and pop it was this boy's highlight. Can you believe we actually took them to the top of Oliver's Hill in Frankston? Now, this is just an everyday occurrence to us. And the kids stood there and said, "That water is as clear as the Mediterranean." We were indeed hosting some well-travelled children. But we drove them down to Flinders. The coastline there reminded them of the coast in Italy. We took them to St Kilda and the beach boxes in Ackland Street Market. The boy there said, "Look, I've never been to Southern California, but I'd imagine it'd be something like this." We indeed live in a wonderful place. The thought of actually taking them to Sydney had long dissipated by then. Fortunately for us, one of our in-laws has a holiday house up at Eildon. So we were able to go wakeboarding up on Eildon on the lake there. Again, uniquely Australian bush experience, and I think the children enjoyed the revelry as we all, it wasn't a campfire, but the beers, the stories, the uniquely Australian experience up there, I know was wonderful. They were happy just to go along Frankston Pier, Frankston Beach. This girl from Kansas was remarks that it's just amazing what we've got on our doorstep. So, from going to an experience that I thought, how are we going to entertain these children for this 3-week period? What on earth are we going to do? It has turned my mind around to this wonderful state in which we live. If I can be bothered, I might even write a letter to Tourism Victoria to say, look, I'm a great advocate for our wonderful state. It was indeed one of the best holidays I've ever had. A unique experience. These children were welcomed, and I hope they come back and stay with us again sometime. It was one of the best holidays I've ever had, and better still, I didn't have to pay for airfare or accommodation. I thank you for your time.